Yay, return. Okay, well, now let's unpause the game. Now, what was I doing before I was so rudely interrupted? Fixing the turnarounds, that's what I was doing. Okay, this needs to have one of those. Yeah, I think that's all correct so far. This should probably have a... You know what? Let's do chain signals all through here to make sure they can safely exit before they're allowed to leave. Yeah. Okay, so this one should function now. Let's go fix this one as well, because this is wrong. I mean, it turns you around, but also in the wrong way. Yeah, because this needs to be going... Okay, so this is for people who are coming from that way. Going out here and then coming back this way. So this needs to be removed. Like that. Okay, so that's an exit. This is an entrance. That's an exit. This is an entrance. Move it over there. Okay. This is an entrance. Like that for now. This is an entrance and an exit, sort of. This needs to have a signal right here. Does not need to be a fancy one, though. Okay. Yeah, this looks more correct. So you can go back to automatic. And now, forever after, we shall have to worry about being run over by a train. All right. Okay, the turnarounds are both set up correctly again, or I shouldn't say again, for the first time. And it looks like we have finished some research. Let's go ahead and queue up everything we can, I guess. Yeah, we definitely need yellow science now. Because after this round of research, we're going to be at an enforced stopping point. Okay. So let's head up north and let's start building the yellow science area. That's basically empty. Now here comes the train with a full load, which it got very quickly because that's been pumping into tanks this whole time. Well, not this whole time, because it was paused while the stream was dead. But the whole time we were rebuilding the refinery. Okay, so blue science. We're going to have to do it over here in this space. So let's go bomb the crap out of these trees. Okay. And shoot these because I don't want to accidentally bomb my belt. Now, I said earlier that I would need 12 assembly machines for blue science. Like that should do the job. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Might be smarter to do a double row, but these require 3 ingredients, so that means we're going to have to run 2 belts full of ingredients. You know what? Double row is smarter. Yes, no, maybe so. We'll go with a single row for now. Okay, so 1 machine making sulfur. That can be stuffed in just wherever. Engine units. Engine units are made... We need 5 machines making engine units. Yeah. And we need... the 6 times 3 divided by 2. So it'd be 18. 9 advanced circuit machines. 9 advanced circuits and 5 engine units. Right? Here, okay. Engine units we need 2 of. So we actually need 10. No, wait. Okay. This is where yellow science is where things start getting confusing. Well, it is slightly this way for military science as well, but because this produces 2 per recipe. So for sulfur, 1 machine would be enough. Actually, 1/4 of a machine would be enough for sulfur. For engine units, we need... Yeah, 1/4 of a machine. For engine units, we need half the number we normally would already. But then we need double the number we normally would because it uses 2 each time. So we need 1 time the normal number. The normal number is 10. So we actually need 10 units making engines. 10 units making engines? I guess so. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because it produces 1 engine unit every 10 seconds. This consumes 10 engine units a second. Or not. Whatever. 1 engine unit every 10. No, that's not. Whatever. We need 10 engine unit manufacturing. Engine units require gears, pipe, steel plate. And what did I say for the advanced circuits? Was it 9? Because we need 3 of them, but we only actually need half that number. So effectively we need 1.5 times normal. So we look at this, 6 seconds. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 1.5 times. So we need 9 of these, 10 of these. Engine units are probably the simplest because they just require input of iron. So let's go ahead. We're going to have 2 belts running up there, 1 belt running there. This is the output side. These are the input side. Engine units. Boom. Output side. Input side. Okay, we need 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we need to go get more. Thankfully, they're right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get those all placed back in. There we go. Just 1. Okay, pipe. We need... How many pipe per engine unit? 2 pipe per engine unit. So that means, assuming I remember this correctly, yes. One machine making pipe is plenty. So boom. Actually, one machine making pipe should be exactly enough, I think. Okay. And then we need one gear wheel, or one unit of gear wheel, which, once again, a single machine making gear wheel should be more than enough. Actually, literally more than enough in this case. Okay, so the inner one is going to be the gear wheels and pipes because they are produced on site. So we'll do this like so. Like that. And these can fill it up. This goes this way, past all these guys. And then we come up here. Like that. And boom. What else do these need? Advanced circuits, sulfur. They can be injected onto this line here somewhere. We'll worry about that later. For now, this is going to be iron coming in. Okay, so we need one iron every half second. These should be picking up 2 at a time because of upgrades. Also, I'm out of medium poles, apparently. Let's go collect some. Alright. Yeah, so these are the outputs. This is actually working out way better than I thought it might. Okay, so. And then we have steel running up the outside here. So we need steel and iron brought over here. Right here's the rack. This needs to be split off properly and not the way it is right now. Okay. This needs to be split off as well, once again, properly and not the way it is right now. We don't really have room to do it properly is the problem. Okay, we need to cut this off. This copper ore isn't going anywhere. Let's go ahead and grab all the copper out of these and put it in a chest somewhere. Because we don't need this much copper in our inventory. Also, get rid of this copper ore. Thought you lost your speakers for a minute or two. However, your computer for some reason just decided to switch to the monitors. Switch to the monitor's non-existent sound system. Computers and audio are weird sometimes. I live in fear of changing anything on this system lest it suddenly break. Windows is like, you want to upgrade to Windows 11, right? And I'm like, listen here, Windows. Not only no, but hell no. I might mess around with the other partition. But if I screw this one up, I'm going to have problems. Oops. Thankfully, I don't actually make a living off streaming, so it wouldn't be like catastrophic. It would just be extremely annoying if it suddenly stopped working. Okay, you can go there like that. And that gets us the iron we need. And you... Ooh. Okay, well, we can still make it work. Yeah, barely, but we can make it work. Okay. There we go. Nope. Be right back. I ordered food and it arrived faster than expected. Alright, well, I am going to murder the webcam. Not literally, but, you know, in OBS. And eat my food. While trying to play the game with the other hand. Which, if experience has demonstrated anything, it's that kind of works poorly, but does sort of work. Okay, OBS. Turn off the webcam, please. Let's see. Oh, I actually remembered to include the sauce in it this time. They often don't. Well, dump that over there. Okay, so steel is basically plumbed up. Factorio is not a game that is well suited to be played with one hand. We're gonna need this iron for okay, well that's no problem. We're gonna need the iron for the red circuits as well. The steel, I don't think we need for anything else. Yeah, the belt plant is still down here, I think. Oh, it's like, why in the world is alt mode turning off all the time? Because I alt tab for something. Okay. One stack or two? One stack is fine, I think. And we'll take another stack of belt because we're going to need it eventually. Ah, for the good old days when there was only 4 tiers of science packs. And one of them was made from bits of dead alien. So all you had to do was get your blue science going and you were basically done with the game. Blue science was harder to make then, though. It required a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, what all did it require? Some kind of inserter. I don't think it was fast inserter. I think it was something else. It might have been fast inserter. It was some kind of inserter. And then batteries, I think. And oh, what all was it? It's been too long. Okay. Advanced oil processing is probably the very first thing we want to do with yellow science. Not yellow science, blue science. Yeah. So we'll get that started just so it isn't flashing at me to do something, please. Even though it's going to be a while until I can actually start doing research. Again. Anyway. So let's see. Do these require steel too? Yeah. Let's run the belt for the steel quick. We're going after requester chests now. I usually never do anything with bots. I've used them before, but not for like a long time. Okay, for here we want to split off. No, this needs to be back farther. Like that. Okay, there's iron coming in. Let's apply these two. Matter of fact, now that I'm trying to get Steam achievements for all the things I've done years ago, this is going to be a no solar, no bots run. I probably should have done a lazy bastard run at the same time. But I didn't think of it until after I'd crafted a bunch of stuff and it was like, I'm not restarting. But anyway, the mod I was using earlier to turn the research queue on, that doesn't have to be active to keep the research queue running. It just has to be enabled once and loaded, and then you can save the game, quit, unload the mod, and so on. So I do actually have achievements working. Steam achievements, to be clear. Yeah, I had pretty near every single achievement at one point. But that was before I had Steam. I think the only achievements I didn't have were the speedrun ones. But anyway. My lazy bastard run. Oh, was it in 0.17 or was it? No, it was before 0.17. What version would have it been? The rocket was a thing at that point. I don't think yellow science was a thing yet. Maybe it was? I don't remember. Purple science might have been a thing. Oh, there's back up. Okay. Oh. That is extremely annoying. If it dies again, I'm going to have to complain to management. Not that there's any management to complain to about that. Oh. Okay, so these should have everything they need. I just need to hook them up. Let's do that right now. Let's see, watch it work. Need to run power, of course, but that's not a big deal. Every other? Every other's fine. Oh, this isn't connected to power yet either. There we go. Great. We'll put these in the middle. As you may imagine, I have become less than perfect fan of Spectrum at this point. Largely because, well, the internet's pretty reliable. Except when I actually want it. On weekends. I don't think it's gone down during the week for a long time now. But weekends? Yeah. Don't think it's just you? You've been seeing it on other streams too? I don't know. It's definitely between me and Twitch though, because I have a script running in a PowerShell window off to the side that pings Google every 5 seconds and tells me whether my internet's up and down. And how long it was up or how long it was down. Like the last down episode lasted roughly 30 seconds. The one before that lasted roughly 21 minutes. So fun. Anyway. While these engines are being constructed, I am going to hurry up and finish eating. Because this eating while building is for the birds. But anyway. Getting sulfur here is going to be as easy as running a pipeline up, which is probably the next step actually. No. The next step is going to be building the red circuit production. That's going to require 9 assembly machines, and then who knows how many machines to do the green circuits needed. And I need to calculate how much plastic needs to be made. And I do have to have one thing to say about this game. I'm very glad that there's no way to overclock or underclock machinery other than the very crude modules. Or I guess like, you could underclock them by running them less electricity than the max, but that'd be basically impossible. They carefully calculate exactly the right amount of electricity, and somehow there's no real way to limit it. Because that prevents me from getting all ratio perfect and going insane. But anyway. You know, I think Satisfactory has the same problem that old versions of Factorio had. Red Science was really trivial. And then Green Science was pretty easy. And then Blue Science was like a giant pile of endgame crap. Like this Blue Science is way simpler than the old Blue Science was. And Satisfactory kind of has a similar problem. The first few things you need are easy to make. And the next few things you need increase exponentially, it feels like, in complexity and size required to make it. Anyway. Make sure I don't have any sauce in my beard. Or mustache, for that matter. And let's turn the webcam back on. There. Now. Okay. Red circuits. There we go. 9 of them. But the problem with having too large of a complexity jump from one step to the next is that it's very easy to burn out. When you are humming along, building stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, to get to the next milestone, I have to build huge thing. Bigger than anything I built before by far. It's very, very easy to just go, screw that noise, and quit. I think we want to run these down the other direction. Okay, so this is the output. Let's run the output. Can we do a belt across here? Ooh, we can. Perfect. Yeah, that makes it way easier. We can just run straight across there and right in. And that's kind of the problem I was running into with Satisfactory, to be honest. The step I was working on, circuits, wasn't particularly complicated. But I could see where it was going, and it was like, well, we'll be back to it eventually. I just need a bit of a break from that game. Okay, so you guys need electronic circuits, copper cable, plastic bar. Now, how much copper cable do we need? These need 4 copper cables each, so we need 4 times this number. So we need 2 copper cable assemblers. Should be fine. No. No, not at all. We need 3 copper cable assemblers. Because it's 1.5 times. Yeah, 1.5 times. So we need 1.5 times these as well, which for copper cables. Yeah. That should work out. Whether I actually want to put the copper cable assemblers here is a totally different story. I don't know yet. Electronic circuits. I need 3 times those. So we need 2 electronic circuit productions, and that'll be a little more than we actually need, I think. Okay, so we have copper running here for these. I think this will work. If my brain remembers. It's 3 to 2, yeah. Okay. These are too close, though. Dummy. Okay, space, belt, space. Actually, that's just right. Okay, because these are direct insert. You go there, you go there. There, there, okay. Right like that should do it. This will be copper incoming. Do we need copper for anything else for this area? I don't think so. So let's split the copper here. Boom. There we go. Copper. We'll actually hook that up later. This comes over here. Something like that eventually. I did not do this right at all because I have no planning whatsoever for how we're going to get rid of the copper cable here. So, we need to move this whole mess over a certain amount. Yeah, that's probably the best solution. Also, how much copper are we outputting? Or how many copper wire? 2 every half second. So 4, 8, 12 per second onto this belt. Half a belt should be fine for that. We'll do this as the input line. Yeah, like that. And then this will be running copper wire up to there. Okay. What else does this take? Electronic circuits. At a rate of about half the... Okay. Let's do... like that to inject the circuits. And I need to go get some belts. This line over here needs to be moved. How are we doing? Let's grab a few arms while we're down here. We also need some splitters. Okay, on underground belts. Okay, I don't see anything else in the hot bar that we're short on at the moment. Really need to stop by the iron mine and clean that up too. Okay, so incoming iron needs to be moved. There's wire. Boom, boom. This is copper wire. This is circuits. Here's the circuit output. Like that. This is incoming iron. Let's hope that's enough for iron. If it's not, we can add a second one, I guess, for each one. That should be output. There we go. Copper wire moving over. Copper input. This might be a mistake here. You know what? We're going to do this a little differently. We're going to input copper up the back here. Because, let's face it, we need it. Cut this steel off. We'll underground the steel across here. The copper, we'll do like that. Boom. Okay. Something like this anyway. That can't go there. But that can go there. And that can go there. Alright. Now we just need to turn copper on. And iron on. And we will have at least part of what we need. Okay, boom. Copper's sent over. Iron sent in. Okay, they're outputting proper speed. Running full speed, running full speed. Alright, good deal. Okay, so now we just need to have plastic. So we need to run plastic down here. And we also need to run sulfur in here. Sulfur can be output onto the same line as the red circuits. No, it can't, because the red circuits are running onto this line. So sulfur needs to come in onto this line all by itself, I think. Yeah. So sulfur gets a dedicated line just because it's special that way, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so plastic. How much plastic are we going to need for this? We're producing 1.5 times the advanced circuit recipe. So we need 1 chemical plant producing plastic. And we need 1 chemical plant producing sulfur. So we need 2 chemical plants up here. Go ahead and grab this. We're going to need to send some coal up this way. There's a coal line right here. Okay, that's not a problem. We can split that off and send it wherever. So this will be sulfur. And this will be plastic, I think. Would be the best way to do that. Actually, no, let's do it the other way around. Because we're going to need to run plastic along there. So we can just run it like this. Yeah. And then we will do inputs in the middle. I think one hand should be able to handle that just fine, one inserter. Especially with the inserter stack size bonus. Okay, you output there. Alright, every other one. Okay. Every other one. That's not right at all. There we go. Okay. So now we just need plastic and we will be cranking out red circuits. Okay. And sulfur. Sulfur needs water. We do have water right over here, I guess. Let's make a offshore pump. Yeah, we can just pump right out of there. Perfect. Nice and easy. Okay, we'll just run some of this right across the top. Oops. Okay. Like that. Yeah, perfect. Boom, we got water to the sulfur plant. And for here, we just need to run petroleum gas into here, and yay, everything will work. Except this needs coal, which we can bring in nicely. Damn it. That's actually gonna be problematic. Because I was thinking about running the sulfur out along here. But if I do that, then how do I get the coal in here? We could bring it in from the top, I guess. Yeah, okay. That's not quite as dumb as it might otherwise be thought of. You go there. We'll split the coal off here. Oh shit, no, that's a bad idea. I don't know what you were supposed to be doing. Oh, I see. Well, fix that problem. We will split the coal off here. Like that. And right into there. More correctly, this doesn't actually require that much coal. So this should be plenty. And we will go ahead and put one there. And one there. That should cover everything just fine. This is for the sulfur. Single inserter should handle that just fine. And we bring the sulfur right on down along here like this. I just realized that this is not going to work as designed. Because we need to come all the way down here with this line. Okay. All right. That fixes that problem, sort of. However, well, let's worry about that later. Sulfur goes in the middle. I kind of wish I had, what are our columns? The fancy supergiant power poles, whose name I am forgetting at the moment. Substations. I mean, they're not really power poles, but it'd be a bit of annoying to design this around substations, but it wouldn't be impossible. Okay, and for output, we're going to have that upward. Can't believe I've gotten along this far without figuring out where exactly I'm going to run the output. Through here, clearly. Okay. This line here can go away, I think. Yeah. And we're going to be running metal poles up here anyway, soon. So that means we can just go right like this. Actually, better idea. Boom. Blue science coming in, right along here. Gonna write down right along outside here. And we will go ahead and build one like this. Priority right, filter, chemical science. And we will run it like this. Yeah, for now. That might be moved later. The important part is that we can then run other colors along there too. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. There's nothing quite like the joy of spaghetti because you didn't think ahead. So why would I deprive myself? Okay, so we need to run petroleum gas up here. Right along the line I'm running right now, probably. Yeah, basically right alongside this railroad. And we also need to run fuel down here. I should do that next. Because if I don't run fuel down here, it's going to run out eventually, and it'll be like, oh no, why did it stop? Because you didn't run fuel to it. You know, the easy way to run fuel would probably be to landfill a little bit here and just jump across there with a underground belt. So let's go grab some... Let's go set up a machine making landfill, actually. Should have done that a long time ago. Yeah, we'll just pull it off this belt right here. Landfill production. Boom, right there. Okay. Boom. We'll limit it to 2 stacks for now. I might change my mind about that later, but for now that's good. Yeah. Do I have anything... This guy here is running into a chest, which is now full. If I start using rail and the landfill's not full... Yeah, we'll leave it there for now. We can always turn it off later. For now, we'll grab a couple stacks and just handcraft some landfill. Okay, landfill is extremely expensive for stone. Note to self. And we should grab like a stack of stone just in case we need it. Okay. We'll go down to the power plant and we will worry about that. Make the jump. We should probably run the perimeter and make sure nobody's taking damage. Okay. First things first. Fill in that hole. Boom. There we go. Fuel. Running train engines on coal is a little bit annoying. They're kind of slow, but it's not a big deal, so we don't have solid fuel or much less rocket fuel available yet, so, and it's not like we're running trains a long ways either. Okay. Just kind of zigzag its way right on down here. Okay. Cross the track. And run it right past, and we've run out. Well. That's unfortunate. Okay, is there anywhere I can steal some from quickly? Doesn't look like it. We'll have to go grab another stack. Or 3 or 4. Don't remember. How much damage does a train do when running into a biter? I think it slows the train down, which is unfortunate, because if it didn't slow the train down, it'd be really funny to build loops of rails around the outside of the place and just crush any attacks. I'm quite sure that doesn't work, though. The developers know their players well enough to prevent that from being a possibility. Yeah, okay. Fuel's up. Wait. The reason we came down here in the first place was to build a petroleum gas pipeline. We probably should do that before we go wandering off. Okay, petroleum gas is coming out of here. Okay. Go ahead and bring the pipeline up from here. Okay. That's problematic. We're probably gonna have to go get more underground pipes, by the way. Okay. Good. Ah! Like I placed that there deliberately to cause a problem. Okay. we do indeed need to go get underground pipes. Why do I have an uneven number of underground pipes? We better run back here and check to make sure all this is laid right. There's an uneven number of underground pipe. There's another way to say that you screwed up somewhere. I don't think any have been destroyed. Okay, it looks okay. And we do have petrol gas all the way to the end. Well, let's go grab more pipe. It's not like underground belts where an uneven number means you were doing fancy belt tricks. Because there are no fancy pipe tricks that rely on the same kind of weirdness. Okay, how much straight pipe do I have? I still have like 100 of them. Also, we should put the outputs on here before I forget. Okay. Thus. Okay, so these are ready to run as soon as they get sulfur and advanced circuits, which will happen as soon as we hook up the pet gas. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Probably the... damn it. Can't do this either. Like that. Boom. Boom. Like that. Boom. 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 Gas hooked up. There comes the plastic and the sulfur. Hopefully my math is right. If it isn't, we're going to have an interesting time fixing the problem. The plastic keeps getting a little farther down the chain each time, so that indicates to me it's probably correct. Okay. The only one that's not running is the bottom one now. Come on. Just need one pair of bars to make it. Maybe my math isn't correct. Okay, first of all, let's get all these things from showing up as new. Okay, so advanced circuits. 2 plastic bars per cycle. This produces 2 plastic bars per cycle. We need 1.5. Oh, we need actually 1.5 machines here. Yeah. Oops. I accidentally goofed one time too many in here. Okay, well, we can do that. That's a bit lazy, but that will function. Yeah, now we'll have enough plastic to run everybody. Well, I actually have a little too much plastic. If you ran one of these at half speed, it would be perfect, I think, but... Okay, so we are starting to produce blue science now. In theory, we should be producing enough blue science to keep all the labs happy, or, to keep up with the rate I have been setting, which actually, I don't have enough labs to keep up with that rate. So in theory, it should start backing up, eventually. For now, this system is not nearly as good as the one I came up with for the ammo. I should redo this whole circuitry. But I also kind of don't want to. It's functioning, but it could be better. And we'll worry about it later. Okay, so blue science is done. Yay! We probably could actually go ahead and add more labs as well, but I'm not going to yet because I want to see them all working before I do that. Which will happen shortly, actually. It looks like all the blue assembly machines are running. A lot of the stuff is still backed up. Sulfur we definitely have way more than we could possibly ever use of. I probably should set up a priority splitter thing here and use some of that sulfur to make explosives. Where is explosives? Here. Coal, sulfur, and water. We have water coming over already. Coal's right here. Yeah, let's set up a little explosives plant right here. I'm gonna not pull straight off the sulfur line though. We're gonna put it here, and we're gonna set priority right. Okay. And you can reach over the line and put stuff in a chest. We'll take 2 stacks of explosives. I don't remember what explosives stack to, so we'll worry about that later. Like that. That's a bit jank, but it'll work just fine. Okay. Coal feeds there, sulfur feeds there. Put it all up like that. Boom, there we go, explosives. Okay, we researched advanced. We definitely need lubricant next. Electric engine is probably a priority after that. Rocket fuel is tempting. Advanced material processing. Uranium processing is a big one. But that'll take a long time to research. Electrical energy distribution 2 is nice. Advanced electronics is going to be useful and important. Mining productivity, maybe. We have so many good options right now. Military 3 gives us some stuff that I don't actually care about at all. Personal roboport. Okay, what do we need for this? Lube, electric engine, robotics, construction robotics. Okay, so we're actually going to rush construction robots. And then personal roboport. Damn it. I really, really, really want my construction robot. Yeah. That'll be enough for now. Okay, we should go down to the refinery and redo for advanced oil processing at this point. First, though, I want to see what's the explosive stack size. Okay, it's more than 10. it's either 50 or 100. Either way, it's fine. What do cliff explosives require? I think they're just a barrel and some explosives. Grenade, barrel, explosives. Okay, no big deal. Advanced oil. We're going to have to set up cracking, which is actually, the way I do it anyway, is somewhat complicated. Because I'm going to do it all with wired circuits and all that fun stuff. I really wish I still had my old blueprints. You know what? I'm going to check something. Let's save the game. Are any of these going to have my old refinery blueprints? This one definitely won't. This one I can't load. Some of these would definitely have it. Like this one from 0.15 would almost certainly. Oh, maybe not. 3 or 4 probably would though. But I would need to go back to 0.18 to load those saves, so. I probably should get a copy of 0.18 and load some of that stuff and fix them up just so I can load into them. Let's try loading into Green Hell and see if I ever did them there. Your book's not blueprint, shortcut B, I think. Yeah, I know there's blueprint library, but I don't have anything in it. Because most of the stuff was done on the non-Steam version. So I have the saves from ages past, some of them. The ones I cared about. But anyway, we're going to try to load into Green Hell and see what the refinery looks like here. Here's my refinery. I used to have a really nice, super compact circuit that you just hooked everything up and set a few values on pumps, and it would handle cracking automatically. Yeah, I do not have it here. I have a slightly scuffed, simplistic version of it. Also, I had a really awesome automated reactor control circuit too that I made myself. Because this is a very simple measure what's in the tanks, crack when it's over a certain amount. Whereas the old refinery control circuit was a lot more complicated than that and did some other cool stuff. Okay. Load back into the railroad. Basically what I'd have to do if I wanted those old blueprints back is I'd have to load up 1.18 and resave those saves or grab the blueprints out of them. But anyway, we're probably going to do the relatively simplistic calculate amount. See, the old setup, it handled automatic making solid fuel to keep things under a certain level, and it would turn refining on and off if solid fuel was over a certain level. And oh, how all did it work? If I was low on anything, the refinery would turn on, unless I had something that I had a large amount of that I could crack into the thing I needed. So like if I had a lot of heavy oil and was starting to run low on light oil, it would crack heavy oil. The refinery could be off during that, depending. And then if I started running low on heavy oil, well, heavy oil, nothing can be cracked into heavy oil, so it would turn the refinery on and start cranking. If I was running low on petroleum gas, it would crack light oil or heavy oil, or, well, I'd crack light oil, and then if light oil started running low, I'd crack heavy oil, and so on. If I started having too much light oil, and I had too much petroleum gas, it would start making solid fuel out of the light oil, stuff like that. It was a pretty big fancy refinery and a lot of logic to run it. I'm not going to build anything quite that complicated again, probably. I should just be able to go through here and change all the recipes to get started. Oh, I forgot to hook the water up. I ran all this down here so I could hook the water up, and then I forgot to hook it up. Oh, that's why I had an odd number of pipes. Okay. Okay. Yes, it does work out the way I thought it did. Heavy oil's over there. Perfect. Okay, change recipe, advanced oil processing. Change recipe, advanced oil processing. Change recipe, advanced oil processing. Alright, so we're going to start piling up heavy and light oil pretty quickly. So we need to set up automated cracking next. I'm going to build 3 cracking racks. 2 cracking racks. And we'll use... yeah, we'll just do cracking racks for now. Okay, chemical plants. Let's see. These are all set up to be extract only, so I'm going to need to run pipes down to this side to put them into the feeder down here. Which means I'm going to have to landfill a bunch here so I can get space to do that. Let's see. Probably stop running in circles and anything's done. Okay, here. We'll put the first one there, just for... And we will set it up to do light oil to pet gas cracking. That requires water and light oil. Light oil is coming right off here. Okay. Do like 4 of those to start. Yeah. Like that. And then for the water input, that will come off a central thingy here. If I do the heavy oil cracking backed up against this. Here, let's move this. There's no reason to leave extra space in there. Actually, yes, there is reason to leave extra space in there. We don't want cross-contamination. Okay, so the heavy oil feeder comes from the top. There. And should run right like this. No. One out, like that. Yeah. And then that goes like this. Nice. We're going to need to put in a lubricant plant as well. Okay, heavy oil to light oil cracking. Works out perfectly. Yeah, so this is going to be the water input. Right like that. We'll do 4 to 2 for now. I'm not going to bother to sit down and figure out what the right ratio would actually be at this point. Well, screw it. Let's do that actually. For advanced oil processing, we're producing 45 light, 25 heavy, 55 pet. For the same amount of crude as what we would normally get 45 pet. So we need roughly half as much heavy cracking as light cracking. Have I tried the game Dyson Sphere program? No, I haven't. I've watched people play it a bit, and I just haven't gotten around to trying it. I might have to put it into rotation at some point. Okay, so for you, go like this. The reason I'm using underground pipes here is because underground pipes are, at least in theory, slightly more efficient. Oh wait, no, that can't be hooked to that. Yeah, so we don't need that there. at least it used to be, that the way the fluid flow worked, it would slow down based on how many pipes it had run through. And each underground pair counted as a single pipe. I don't know if it still is that way, but I'm going to assume it probably is. I mean, it very well might not be. Okay, now, for you, this can't run down here because I want, well, we can put the lube somewhere else. Actually, do I even want to produce lube here at the refinery? I don't think I do. Personal report is finished. All right, good deal. Let's do mining productivity so we have something that'll take a while. Also, what else should we do? Energy distribution and uranium processing. And then nuclear power. Yeah. That way Liath insanity probably would be realistic, but... Okay, landfill. We need landfill. Not much, just a little. So let's go grab some landfill. We have a machine that's been making it for a while now. We need to start a concrete plant somewhere along here. It probably wouldn't hurt to start importing our iron ore and using this iron ore to make fun stuff with. Let's go repair some of this. Okay. Landfill. That's not enough, I don't think, to do what I might want to do, but it should be enough to get a functional assembly thereof working. I do want to mine these out just so I can get rid of them. So I'm probably not going to actually go to hauling from somewhere else for a while yet. Okay, what we need to do is we need to extend this bottom down here a little bit so that we can connect this to this. And we don't actually need to do much here at all. Okay. Like that. And then run you across to here. Now for the light oil, we're going to do a similar thing. Like that. That way they line up. Okay. Boom. Right there. Like that. There we go. Okay. Now, these need to be modified slightly, these racks. Specifically, these need to be removed, and we need to get a couple pumps. We're almost out of pumps, it looks like. I need to go replace most of the chests up here with passive provider chests so we can start working on construction robots. Later, though. Much later. Okay, pumps. You guys pumping downward. Need to be connected with some form of wire. We'll use red wire. Okay, enable, disable. And we'll use green wire for the sensor wire this time. Okay, to there will be the closest one. There we go. That gives a readout of the system capacity. I'm going to want to modify this a little bit. No, I don't think we will, actually. That's about right. Let's go ahead and pump out some more wire. And we'll run the wire up along here. And that'll be used for the cracking logic, which is going to be quite simple for this refinery. I might build much more complicated logic later, but for now there's no real need. Actually, I should be using green wire here instead of red wire, because if we're not actually doing dedicated fancy logic, there's no reason to run these on separate. Okay, where's the green wire? Okay. Currently we have 99k pet gas. Okay, how much can these things hold? 25k. So when we have 40k heavy oil, start cracking. When heavy oil is greater than 40,000. And for you, when light oil is greater than, we're also going to do 40,000 because we only built the same number. Okay. So these will only run if we have too much oil. We'll have to change those numbers later as we add more tanks. That was another thing that my logic system did. Instead of telling it how much oil, there was a constant combinator, and you would put in the number of tanks. So if you had 2 tanks full of heavy oil, you would tell it 2 heavy oil. And it would calculate from there how much total oil was in the system and what the cracking threshold should be. I really need you to copy a .18 and load some of those old saves up and see if I can get a hold of those circuits again. Because that was a lot of work to make all that stuff, and I don't really feel like doing it again. Well, okay. It was fun making it the first time around. It'd probably be fun to remake it. It's just that the whole time I'd be remaking it, it would be with the knowledge that I had done it once before. And just right over there is probably where I have the blueprint for it. It's not fun to do things twice, even if they were fun to do the first time. Okay. Steam's running at half capacity. We've got cracking set up. Basic just, you know, simple stuff. We should go ahead and build a little bit of heavy oil refining down. Heavy oil to lube refining down here. Just a little bit. We don't need much. And I think we're going to actually set it up to do barreling. To barrel the lube. And we can just carry sacks of barrels around. For now. Later in the game, where we actually want to do large quantities of refining, we will go ahead and build pipelines. But for now, we'll do a single refinery into a single tank, and then a barrel. Okay. Like that. Straight into the tank. No restrictions. It'll just run. There we go. It has returned. In theory, anyway. Reconnect the chat. Yep, it's reconnected. Okay. All right. Thank you, Spectrum. I love you too.